ladies and gentlemen, we're on the She Said show. And today we have two very pretty teachers from Gymboree Play and Music. We have Trisha Backing and Patricia, another Patricia, and Patricia Trofeo Icasiano. So she said, my partner, if she had time, because she's really so busy, so many men, so little time, no? She's really so busy. If she had time, she would be a Gymboree teacher.
Yeah, and she said they may look simple and pretty, but the child in them make them perfect teachers at Gymboree.
Yes. So, hello.
Hello, Jack.
I'm so happy to have you. Okay, we'll call you Trish.
Yes.
Teacher Trisha and Teacher Patricia. Patty. Teacher Trisha and Teacher Patty. So, thank you very much for guesting.
Thank you also for inviting us.
I hope that you had classes and then you came here at night anyway. You finished all your classes today.
Done.
So what exactly is Gymboree about?
Okay, Gymboree is a place where parents and children come together and they actually really play without knowing that they're already learning something.
Oh, okay. And how old are the children in Gymboree?
We invite children from
Zero?
months.
Yes.
Yeah, actually 0 months to about their 5th year.
0 months until their 5th year. Okay, what exactly can a child that's less than 1 year old do?
A lot, actually.
Actually, children, well, first of all, adults have the misconception that since it's still a baby, they're not yet in the learning process.
Yes.
When actually learning process starts from age 0 until 6 years old. That's the crucial year of learning. So from 0 to 6, that is when the parents really should be hands-on, teaching their children the basic things that they would know until to equip them for life.
Yes.
Because from 7 years old onwards, the child is basically on his own in the school. So what he learned from preschool or what he learned from Gymboree, they take it all the way until they grow up. And we teach the children simple things that we take for granted every day, like balance or the basic thing of listening.
Yes.
Because most of the time, children can hear, but they don't listen. So there's no comprehension. But in Gymboree, we teach the children to listen at a very early age. So comprehension comes in very early.
Okay, so an example of an activity you do for 0 age, let's say, like what?
We have, well, when we have the babies and they're just lying down there.
Like how old?
0, like
0
maybe
age, like
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
That's the youngest you've had, 2 weeks?
Actually,
Wala pang
about
vaccination
yes.
shot
2 weeks.
Or right after the doctor
Wala
to
pa.
have the BCG, they went to Gymboree.
Yeah, they're already in Gymboree. And they're just lying down on the mat, and the mommy has a rattle, and she's already shaking it above the child, and the child is actually listening to the sound and tracking the rattle. So it's developing already the child's concept of following the noise. So it's what we call it's listening development and also eye tracking. So the child knows whom he's talking to. When they're a little big, they know that they should look at this person. So it's listening skill and eye tracking at the same time. You're developing their the basic things that they really need to know as they grow up, like listening and
auditory
stimulation, visual stimulation, all those things. You have to stimulate it at a very young age.
So the moms, go ahead.
It's more than learning the academic skills. Kasi when you speak of listening skills, comprehension, that's really the academic skills, the things that you should learn from school. But in Gymboree, we also believe in making sure that the child actually acquires the more important things: self-confidence, relationship with the mom, effective communication with the mom.
Yes, because you know what parents say? They say, oh, what is Gymboree? I mean, do they teach ABCs? Do they teach 1, 2, 3?
They think it's a preschool. That's the biggest misconception, right?
Oh, Gymboree. Well, initially, that was their misconception, but now that's what also Gymboree is. We have a preschool.
You have a preschool now.
We do have a preschool program for children. And
And they start at how old?
starts at, we start accepting the children age 2.
2.
So that's level 1 for the what we call GLLP,
GLLP stands for?
Gymboree Learning Lab Program.
Okay.
So that's an hour, just an hour's class. And then the more advanced class is a 2.5-hour class, which is my class, and it's already teaching the children their pre-writing, pre-reading.
How old?
They start from 2 years old or 2.2 onwards until 5.
And how often do you have that?
We have that every day from Monday to Fridays. But the 4 days, within Monday to Friday, the 4 days is concentrated on the mixed classes of Gymboree, including our leapfrog. We introduced the leapfrog learning programs. We have the equipments from Leapfrog because we partner with them, Gymboree and Leapfrog. And then we have still the basic classes in Gymboree. We have the play class, that's level 7 for that age. And we have the yoga class, we have music classes, and we have arts classes. Everything is incorporated.
So they do everything like, so it's actually a preschool in
Yes,
Gymboree.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
So they
As
can,
opposed to a regular preschool, they
Yes.
actually encourage either parent to join as
attend?
opposed to a
Yes.
yaya.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. We do encourage the parent to be with the child. But when it comes to the higher level of the learning lab,
Then you don't want them there.
then we start trying to separate the
Separate.
child from the adult to remove their anxiety.
So that when they go to
separation
school,
anxiety, yeah.
right.
So that when
They're
they go to school,
prepared,
they're
be
already
alone.
prepared.
Yeah.
Because like when I started my class in June, some yayas were still with the children inside the classroom. But since I keep on repeating and reminding the children, by tomorrow or by next week, you have to say goodbye to Yaya or to Mommy. They'll be watching you from the glass, but it will just be you and me inside the classroom. You have to prepare them mentally. Yeah. Iyak, super cry.
But
As in-
it's good because at least for Gymboree, you give the child time to adjust.
Yes,
To
yes.
Yes.
eventually having to
because
be alone
yeah,
inside
what happens
the classroom.
in other preschools, they drop off their child and parents are not allowed to enter at all.
And the kid's
Right.
traumatized.
Yeah, and then
Traumatized,
you don't
yeah,
see
there's
you don't see
trauma.
the development of the child. You don't see the the first time the child's gonna talk or the
Right.
first word of the child. You're not
yeah.
there.
Or the first time they'll
I
hold the
don't know if I'm
pencil.
supposed to say this, but I used to teach in a very traditional school.
Mm-hmm.
So from the first day of class, the children are just left there. And,
Yes.
They're all crying.
They're all crying. It's very traumatizing for the child to be left alone on the first day, and then he
Right.
has to meet all new people in one day.
Yes.
And then
It's a
the
little too
parent
much
just,
for them,
it's a little
yeah.
too much for a 3-year-old,
And then
for a 4-year-old.
everything you see about the child's development is from the teacher, and the
Right.
teacher just
Tells
communicates
you.
that to the
Yeah.
parent.
Yeah.
But in Gymboree, you say that the parents are there.
Yeah, and they can
to see
actually
that.
see.
involved,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're really involved. That's why when they see that their child is able to do something, like the first time they hold a pencil from the stabbing position to the tripod grip,
Okay.
just that simple thing of holding the pencil properly, the parent gets so kilig. And marunong na magsulat yung anak ko, marunong
Yes.
na maghawak ng lapis. You see,
Because they
it's
see
because
that.
they see
Yes.
it and they come to us and they tell us that, teacher, they're able to do this, they're able to do that because they can see it.
Yes, yes.
And we even welcome them inside the classroom. They can stay with their child, and when the child does something right, they can even actually kiss their children right there and then.
Yes,
And
yes.
it encourages the confidence of the child.
Yes, yes. So actually, maybe sometimes the children want to do something and they want their parents to see.
Of
Yes,
course,
yeah.
yeah.
Right?
All the time.
It's something that parents who drop off their kids at traditional schools miss. And it's
Yes.
very sad, I would think, for a parent. I'm not a parent yet, but
Not yet.
not
soon.
yet. But I would want to be able to see like the first time my child does something correctly. And
Yes.
I want to be able to applaud him and say, good job.
Yes, good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you
So,
always
okay,
say.
tell us the most difficult experience you had with a child. With a child, not a parent, with a child.
Oh, let's go to the parent after.
yeah.
In Gymboree? In
Okay,
Gymboree
no
or my
names.
teaching years?
No, in
Gymboree.
Gymboree.
Okay. The most difficult thing that I experienced with a child in Gymboree is when he would refuse to let go of his yaya or his mommy. And it's talking to them. See, it's different when the child is really so attached to the adult he's with.
Yes.
And you really have to do all the pambobola in the world to get him away from the child or to make him do something on his own without the adult putting his hand in there, trying to make it seem as if it's the child doing it,
Right.
like in our arts class.
Yes, yes.
And I'm always saying, let them do it even if the eyes are in the belly button
Yes.
area.
Yes.
Yeah, and the ears
That's a
are,
child's
yeah,
work.
that's a child's work. So let them do it. But of course, the parent, they always want it in the proper place.
Yeah.
It's so hard to say, you
Excuse me, mommy.
Yeah, you cannot say that because, you don't know how people take offense.
Yes.
Right. Or maybe the mom's teacher thinking, ano ba tong teacher na to? Yung
Pinapabayaan.
mata, pinapayagan niya
Oo
ng
nga.
dito sa...
Oo,
Yes,
pinapabayaan yung anak ko. It's not that. That's the child's expression.
Right.
Because eventually, the child will know where the proper
Yeah.
place of the eyes will be or where the flower would stay, not in the middle of the nose of the figure or something like that. So
Right.
I think that's the most difficult part.
Before we go on to Trish, sige, most difficult among your teaching years since you mentioned it.
Oh my gosh.
The oh my gosh is so malaman. Oh my gosh, may pause pa talaga.
I think having, well, I guess we have to admit since if there are difficult children, there are also difficult parents.
Okay, here we go.
Dealing with difficult parents.
Okay,
Okay.
why were they difficult?
There are some people who are just so one-track minded, and especially those who grew up in a traditional way.
Okay, get a little more specific. We're not mentioning names anyway. Like what? Like because they don't want to part with their kids.
Oh, okay,
they
okay.
think that
Or they think their child is
That's what I was
Okay.
gonna say.
It's
They
like
think that their
diva
child is the
naman.
best. Like,
Right.
The
the
smartest,
smartest, and they're the ones, they're the ones feeding you
The
all the
most
information
special.
that, teacher, I really have one. I can tell you, but I won't, oh gosh.
Itago na lang natin
Okay.
sa
Sa
pangalan.
pangalan, Maria.
Maria, okay.
Yeah,
Si Maria, my daughter already knows how to write. So I don't think she belongs to that level already and all these things. And then, okay, then let's put her in this level. I will take your word for it. And then when I give the child a pencil, she stabs me. I mean, this is how she holds it. I said, I thought your mommy said you already know how to write your name. Yung pala, it's all built up.
So it's the parents, they think of their child in a certain way.
Yes, but of
and
course
they
I don't
let you
blame
know.
them because that's a mom.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
every mom would always think that their
So
child.
how do you handle
Yeah,
that?
we wouldn't know that, right, Trish?
Oh, well,
Not yet.
I eventually spoke to her and I told her that your daughter is not yet ready, but I'm preparing her for it and she's responding positively.
Very tactful.
and
Yeah.
things
I
like
like
that.
it.
So you really have to,
Comes
because
to the
Yeah, you have to.
if
territory.
I were that parent and somebody talks to me like that about
Di naman
my
magaling
child,
anak mo.
Yeah, you
Diba?
really have to be
Yeah.
very patient because also me, any little thing they say about my child, I
Yes.
would really be sensitive about it.
Every mother thinks
every
very
mother.
defensive.
defensive.
Exactly,
Yeah.
we'd be very defensive. So I think as a teacher, we should always approach anything that is difficult, especially pertaining to a child, in a nice way, in a tactful way, and in a very positive way, especially when the parent is already right there in front of you.
So is that a quality you have to be a teacher? Because
Yes,
not
I
everyone
think
can
so.
Yes.
possesses that,
I think so. Because there are some people, sad to say, who are into teaching for the money, as if
Right.
there's really
Or
something there.
not only for the money, but they think it's cute to be
yeah.
a teacher. They don't actually appreciate
Cute.
how much work it
But they
entails.
don't
Or
have the patience also.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
month.
The
Happy
character.
Teachers Day
Oh,
last
thank
month.
you
yeah.
very much.
Yeah.
So what was
Yes,
your
Trish.
Trisha? What was
in
yours?
my teaching years, not necessarily in Gymboree, kind of the opposite. Well, let's see. Well, a mother came to me and said, okay, we were about to end for summer break actually. So I was very excited talking to the child. Oh, so what are you
Maria,
gonna do?
that's Maria also, right?
Maria also.
Maria talaga.
So where are you going for summer? You're supposed to, enjoy this time, take a break. And then Maria comes and says, oh, no. She doesn't have time for breaks
Oh.
because she's going to Kumon. I'm sorry. She's going to all these learning centers
You know her?
and she has to do like everything. Her schedule's filled for the whole day. I
Poor
said,
kid.
okay, but it's a summer break. So
Yes, yes.
how will she rest and enjoy
Yeah, enjoy.
time with other children? Said, no time to enjoy. No time because she's supposed to learn.
Oh.
By the time she turns grade 1, she should be like grade 3 level already. So I said,
gosh.
well, Mommy Maria, there's a reason why she's in grade 1.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's supposed to be in that level. So I just really feel bad for the children who have parents who really just push them.
Yes.
Because we're in a society that
It's very
some,
competitive.
I think,
yes.
have forgotten that at a certain age, they should be able to
They should-
enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They featured
That's
something
true.
on TV related to that, how moms really wanted their kids to be in showbiz or actors, and they had really worked them to death from school. They go straight to acting class, straight to dance class and everything. But the kid really didn't want it. And the poor kid, man, all their waking hours spent working for something that is not even their dream.
Yes.
It's
That's
either the
so
mom
sad,
or the dad's dream.
Yeah,
And
it's
you
so
would
sad.
know anyway if you look at the child's face, like
If
the
they're
whole
happy,
time. If
yeah.
if Mommy Marie was talking about all these learning centers, if the child was happy and smiling, then okay, I would let you do these things. But the child is actually like,
Do you, in Gymboree, do you give out grades? I mean, is there a lot of competition there?
Actually, we don't grade the child. We just assess the child's capabilities, and then we tell them if they're doing well, if they're exceptionally better than before. So we tell them their progress. It's just like a progress report.
So it's
but
not
no
very
numbers.
competitive.
No,
Okay.
no numbers.
no numbers.
Yeah, because
No
that's-
letters.
they're too
yeah.
young.
They're too
Yes.
young.
But
Yeah.
does it happen though that they learn and then all of a sudden they plateau?
They plateau.
And then, is that even possible?
Well,
At
so
that age?
far, thank God, we haven't
Still
seen
learning.
any plateauing in Gymboree because the
Gymboree.
child is always going up the steps.
I mean, come on,
of
she hasn't
development.
even had a traumatic experience in Gymboree. That's great.
It's been great.
What about you?
What about me? I
Have you
actually
had
also
a-
teach in Gymboree.
If you're wondering why my partner here knows quite a lot, what got you interested in Gymboree?
Well, the most I've had with children